Okay, hey guys, as promised, today we will take a closer look at the clothes I unboxed last time. I will proceed as follows. I'll show you the promo picture for a moment so you can see what it's supposed to look like, and then I will take a closer look at the actual item. So, let's start with the promo pictures for these shoes. The shoes, as most MSD-sized male shoes, are a little big. But I have to say, overall, it does not bother me, because first of all, it makes them stand pretty well. There you go. And they don't look as wonky as the Dollzone shoes, for instance. I know I keep coming back to those Dollzone shoes, because they really kind of disappointed me. And those are not so wide, and they generally have a nice shape. So, I really like those. And Doll Leaves has not the most fragile looking legs, so it doesn't look so much out of proportions when you take a look at the whole thing. Now, let's continue with his outfit. Okay, so now you've seen what it's supposed to look like, and here is what it actually looks like. It actually looks pretty good. This one is a bit, this little, I don't know, chain thing is a bit big for MSD size, but thanks to the hook on the back side, you can just shorten the chain a bit and it's not gonna hang down all the way. So you can see here some excess chain, and it does look pretty nice. I especially like the color. This is the one that was detachable, so let me remove it for a moment so you can see what it looks like without. Okay, without, it's really just a black shirt, but a nice looking one. And it's easy to put on. And his pants are not as balloony, I think, as in the promo shots, because I can't get them further up. His legs are, I think, too thick or whatever. So they're down a bit, but that's not a big deal. What I didn't like at all is the socks, so I didn't put them on. They do not show the definition of his legs as those do. The original ones are striped black and white, and they just go until here. So you have to put on the socks first, and you have to pull the pants over them so they hold the socks in place. But the socks are not very tight. In fact, they're pretty loose. So I don't really like them. That means the main thing I like about the outfit is the shirt and the pants and the little thing here. So the socks are not really that interesting. And I looked at the promo pictures again and I realized what you could do is to simply pull down the pants a bit so they will look more poofy and just cover everything else up with the shirt. It's long enough to do that, so this way they will look a bit more poofy. And I have to say, I really like the outfit, and I think apart from the socks, it's very well made and it's worth its price. It was $38, so that's actually quite a decent price for an entire outfit. So definitely recommend it. I did not try the pants on Freddy on the Dollzone boy body because I have a feeling it might not go over his hips. Now, let's move on to a pair of girl shoes. Okay, so let me start with those. Those are the shoes, and I think they look fantastic. They are worn by, actually, Freddy, MSD Dollzone boy body, and they fit him really well, so I have no idea why on earth they don't make the male shoes just the same size, because they would totally fit. And I just assume they fit Freddy, so they will very likely also fit the Dollzone Doreen, which is an MSD sized girl, because the difference between the foot is, I think, half a centimeter. So, but they will still fit. Like them very much. Let them be a bit closer. And they actually look very much like in the promo pics. Freddy does not have heeled feet, but you can see the shoes have a bit of a heel, but it's not a problem at all. Let me just try to stand him. If he doesn't stand, it's probably his fault. Oh, but he does, okay. So, can also stand very well. And this brings us actually to our next item, which is the girl dress. And this is what it looked like in the promo pictures. So as you can see, you don't see too much. And here we have, I'll just fold his knees so you can see. We have the dress on a Doll Zone Freddy MSD sized boy body. It fits great, and I just assume it will also fit the MSD girl bodies from Doll Zone, or really any MSD sized doll. As the head, we have the Doll Family A head, which works great on Doll Zone bodies. And here you can see the little ribbon that came with the dress, and I tied it on the back of her neck behind her hair, so you can't really see much of the ribbon except here on the side. And let me bring this a little closer. It's really poofy, but this here is actually the underdress. Let's take a look at this in the pictures. So this actually fit under this dress, but as I thought, you have those ruffles here under this dress from the underdress, and you can see it makes it look a little thicker. So ideally you have some kind of just a skirt, so it gets, you know, looks more poofy, rather than also having an upper part. And there's a ribbon on the back side. Okay, you have this ribbon here. You can actually also tie it in the front. It's attached to the dress on the side, so you can, you know, tie it either way. I actually do like it tied on the front. It gives the whole thing a slightly different look. And now, two things that I did not like about this dress. But before, one thing that I did like was it is extremely easy to put on. You have a zipper on the back side, so it's a breeze to put on, but you can see the collar here. There are ruffles here. And there are ruffles here. But according to the promo pictures, if I'm not mistaken, these ruffles up here are not meant to be there. It should be just a plain collar, but it's not. And I don't know, to my taste, the collar is like a little too big. And it doesn't go all the way around. Let me just move this. You can see it kind of stops here in the back. Which is okay if you have hair, doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's a bit too much collar for me. Might actually look better without the collar on. But oh well, I don't want to tear it off. I really like this dress, especially given the price of $40, which is still quite a bit. But I'd say it's worth it. I have seen way more expensive dresses that look a lot less elaborate and nicely made. One more thing I want to mention is the shoulders. If you look at it from the front, it looks like she has fairly broad shoulders, but in fact it's just that they're really kind of poofy. So when you press it against, it's not that wide anymore. And I think the problem is, you know, if you didn't have this strange collar here, you would actually be able to see that this is part of the upper sleeves, but this way, I don't know. That's the one thing that I'm not too happy with. But other than that, really great and absolutely recommended. Especially the headband is very cute. I'll show you from different angles. So extremely adorable, and I will be sure to get some others like that. Alice's collection has a section called, I think, Lolita dresses. So there are quite a few of those, and now that I have gotten one and I'm happy with it, I'll probably buy more. Let's move on to the next thing, for which I will have to redress our poor Freddy into something more normal for him, i.e. boys' clothes. So see you in a moment. I thought before I undress Freddy completely, I'll just show you the undergarment that he was wearing under the more elaborate dress that I just showed you. So this is it. No buttons, no zippers, nothing. Doll Zone MSD dolls have really wide hips, and still you can get this over the hips. You could probably also just dress it, you know, head-wise from the head down. But it's really cute. It's kind of, could probably be some sort of summer dress. So even if it's just meant as an undergarment, it looks very nice. And it was around $14, if I'm not mistaken. So that is pretty decent price. Okay, now let's move on to actually undressing Freddy. On to the next piece. This is an $11 shirt kind of thing. This is how it looked in the promo pictures. And this is how it actually looks when worn by an MSD sized dolls on doll body. The sleeves actually have a decent length, but he also has fairly long arms, so on someone with slightly shorter arms they might be a little long, but that can be rectified. I mean, you can always shorten stuff, so that's better than having something too short to begin with. It's actually not that bad now that I see it worn. When I unpacked it I was a bit confused, like, why did I buy this? So you have some lace here, which I think is not helping the whole thing. It would probably look better without. This is how it looks from the back. So you have the zipper here, and it's really easy to put on. The shape from the side. Let's pull the arm up a bit. Pretty nice. And generally, I think it's more of a girl thing. I mean, I wouldn't really put it on a boy. They also had it in black with some white applications somewhere here, I think. So this might actually look even a little better, because this looks very much like underwear or something. So, but yeah, if you have some kind of skirt and you need something for the upper torso, then this might actually be an option. And a fairly inexpensive one at that. Now let's move on to the interesting part. For this purpose I will quickly take off the shirt. Moving on to the pants. The pants were a very pleasant surprise. The last couple of pants I ordered from Alice Collections, which, if I'm not mistaken, don't belong to any specific brand, but rather they are made by tailors that collaborate with Alice's collection. Don't quote me on that though, but the pants are not, of any particular brand. So what I did like is that, first of all, it has pockets, which is really nice. The lace goes into the pockets, but you can see here, it might need some fixing. And I like that the color is not completely white, but rather it's actually very close to the white skin of Dollzone. So it has kind of off-white, or whatever you want to call this. There's place here for a belt if you want to pull a belt through. And this might actually be a sensible thing to do if you have a smaller MSD-sized girl or boy, such as the doll leaves. Because this is Freddy, and no pants ever fit him. And these pants fit him really well, and there's actually some leeway still. So those won't fit a doll leaves very well. And especially given that they actually reach his ankles and a bit more than that. So the last few pants, they went until here or something, because the legs are fairly long. And this one actually works really well. I really like the applications here of the lace kind of thing. And it has some glitter stuff which goes through. Really cool. The button bothers me a bit because it really sticks out. But I'm not sure how else they could have done this. Maybe some other kind of button or something. But at least it's easy to open. There you go. And it's also not so easy to close. It's fairly easy to close actually. So that's great. I really, really like those pants. And those pants were $22, which is not exactly on the cheap side. So yeah, but I'd say they're definitely worth it if you're looking for white pants. And especially if you have like a Dollzone that has slightly longer legs and slightly wider hips than other MSDs. Really happy with this one, really great, and the tiny things here of the lace sticking out that can be fixed easily, so I don't really see that as a problem at all. Here you go from the back side again. In the last part we'll take a look at the black shirt with varying degrees of black stripe-wise. So this is how the promo pictures look. And this is how it looks on a Dollzone MSD boy body. Let me pull up the arms a bit. First of all, it has actual buttons. It is very slim, so it's very, how do you say this? It accentuates the figure of the doll. So in Freddy's case, that's an awesome thing because he has a really nice sculpt. Looks great. The material is really nice. kind of elegant, shiny. And there's actually another button here at the top, but I couldn't really, I mean, you can close it, but I didn't want to mess around too much with it. Those are actual buttons, so there are 4 on the front, including the one at the top. They are, I mean, once you get the hang of it, they're fairly easy to close. The one on his wrists are a bit harder to close, but also, like, you know, just if you get used to it, it's no problem at all. I really like this one, and it was $14, so I might actually get this in white as well, because it looks really, really awesome, but I already have so many black shirts, I really want another color. But generally, yeah, I really like this one, and I think the price is not too bad either. Now, thank you very much, this was it. However, there's still something I want to take a closer look at, which is the Khazaris that were part of the order as well, and I will do so in a separate review just for the Khazaris. So have a great week and see you later.